In this video, I'm literally going to ask you to change your mind.
Surgery is just one tool. It's time to put the other tools in the toolbox because it's your body, your health, your life.
I think it goes without saying that gaining the weight back after having weight loss surgery is one of our biggest fears. However, the stats from October 2016 states that weight regain ranges anywhere from 6% after 2 years post-op to 75% 6 years post-op. And that was before a virus came to town. What do you think the stats are now? When it comes to long-term weight loss surgery success, we have to get a handle on our emotions, our habits, our regrets, and our excuses. This is why mastering the mindset is crucial. If we're not in the right headspace, it's so easy to slip back to old behaviors and old habits, and we enter that danger zone of regaining the weight. We invested so much time and effort and sacrificed all the things to have the body that we want and live the lifestyle that we desire. Is it worth having the wrong mindset and risk sabotaging everything we worked so hard to achieve? This is part 2 to the first video called I Regret My Surgery, Why Buyer's Remorse. Okay, decide right now, are you willing to have a real talk about overcoming excuses and regrets? Stick around because I'm going to discuss the 5 critical mindsets that you need to be successful long-term in your weight loss journey. But maybe even more importantly, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. So are you ready? Well, the hard truth is ready is a lie. How many times have you heard yourself, I'm just not ready. Wait, I'm not ready. So you will wait forever if you wait until you're ready. So lean in, my friends, and hear me say, everything is workoutable, everything is figure-outable, every skill is learnable. Think about all the things you've been through, all the hardships you've overcome, like possibly a layoff, some debt, weight loss surgery, a flippin' pandemic. You may have been bruised and battered through this life, but if you're still standing and you still have breath in your lungs, you still have fight in you. I want you to adopt the word KAIZEN. It's a Japanese word that means continuous improvement. Commit to getting 1% better every day or every challenge or every situation. Don't get so overwhelmed with the mountain in front of you. Just take the next step. Small tweaks lead to giant peaks. Sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. Excuses, you make them, I make them, we all make them. The thing is, are we aware that we're making them? Excuses feel good in the short term, but if we take a step back and look long term, the results are not very enticing. If we really want to achieve happiness in our lives and feel good about ourselves, we have to stop the excuses and start doing things differently. Ever wonder why we make up excuses? Generally, the 5 reasons we make up excuses are, number 1, we're scared to leave our comfort zone. Number 2, we just forgot our bigger why, and that made us lose motivation. Procrastination, it comes with regret, self-pity, and panic. Comparison, it just leads to self-doubt. And lastly, having the wrong mindset. How do we stop making excuses? Well, acknowledge that you're doing it and acknowledge that you're doing it to yourself. Maybe try welcoming fear and failure. It's not about how we fell, it's about how we get up. Just don't overanalyze. Try to trust your gut. Don't compare to others. Stop comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. Remember, stay real, 1% better each time. Small changes grows into huge changes. Stop blaming others. Be accountable and take responsibility. Right after gastric sleeve surgery, for most patients, due to the procedure and the drastic way the body has to adjust, even if we don't fully follow the changes that are suggested to us, most of us see a rapid weight loss. Typically, a change of habits as well as a change of thinking dramatically helps. In a sec, I'm going to talk about the 5 critical mindsets we need to master to make long-term success. But before I do, the question of the day is, do you perceive change as a threat or a welcoming challenge? Let me know in the comments below. Put either threat or welcoming challenge. So let's talk about the 5 critical mindsets. And remember, no judgment, no shame, no guilt. Which one do you just generally lean towards within each mindset? And just see, how is that working for you?
Fixed versus growth mindset. A fixed mindset says, it is what it is. It's never going to change no matter what I do. A growth mindset says, I can create change if I really work hard, adapt to feedback, and implement strategies. So which one do you lean towards? More of a fixed or a growth mindset? Scarcity versus abundance. A scarcity mindset really is, it refers to someone who sees life where the resources in life is finite, meaning there's limited resources. If one person takes something of those resources, it doesn't leave much left behind for everybody else. So this person feels like everything is working against them. There's a finite, a limited amount of resources. The abundance mentality is really about a person who refers to believing there's more than enough of success to go around. So they really feel like the universe is on their side, that there's enough to go around for everyone, and that the universe is really there to help them. Enabling versus empowering. An enabling mindset is really the person who waits for permission to make an action or a thought or a process or an emotional state as acceptable. So they're always asking for permission, and they're always asking it like, am I allowed to do that? They need someone else to tell them that it's okay to do what they want to do. Now, an empowering mindset is you give permission to yourself. You're willing to give yourself permission to succeed. So you're asking, am I allowed to do anything because I want to do it? Fear versus success. A fearful mindset is that you're afraid to fail, or it keeps you from starting in the first place. You really believe risk is scary. Risk is super scary to you. A successful mindset is a person who's willing to take that first step, knows that making mistakes just helps them grow. So risk isn't really scary to them, but staying stuck or being stagnant is worse to them. And lastly, short-term versus long-term. A short-term mindset is someone who blindly jumps in without a strategy and just kind of hopes for the best. A long-term mindset is someone having a plan of how it will look, feel, and act, and they kind of know that that plan will keep them aligned and motivated. So do you lean towards more of a short-term mindset or a long-term mindset?
If you think about it this way, mindsets are like a muscle that must be trained. By practicing specific actions, we can change our mindsets, which allows us to be more agile in the face of change. Stop letting your later become never and your maybe become no. Do not rely on excuses and regrets to get you anywhere in life, because they just won't. Have you changed your mind yet? Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.